So welcome to another live stream, guys. So let us see what has happened today. So this is the daily fair value gap on the daily chart. We can see price has respected, and price stayed above 50% of this bullish fair value gap on the daily chart. So our next target would be this swing high. So if we compare with ES has already taken out this day's high, whereas Nasdaq has failed to take out this day's high. So I think this fair value gap is irrelevant now. So I'll just delete this. So now I have plotted this 4 quadrants on this wick. So for the price to remain bullish, we need to close strongly about this midpoint. So you can see we are consolidating here. So this is the pre-market session liquidity at 7:35. We have swing low. So this is the pre-market session liquidity, guys. We have divergence with ES. ES made lower high, whereas Nasdaq made higher high. So if price closes below this swing low, then this will become the breaker, this down close candle, and then we have this manipulation and we have this divergence. ES made a lower high, whereas Nasdaq made a higher high. So if price closes below this swing low, then we will have divergence. Just plot TH almost 874. We have almost 130 points opening gap. So we almost have 130 points opening gap range. So like I said, we had this divergence. Nasdaq made higher high and ES made lower high. So we had a strong closure below this midpoint. So now we are closing below this new week opening gap, guys. Now we are below midpoint of this new week opening gap. Yes. So after divergence, we could have gone short here itself in this bearish fair value gap. So on a 5-minute chart, we made again equal lows here. Yeah, we made equal lows here, and we have this unfulfilled fair value gap, bullish fair value gap. We can see it is not completely fulfilled. So I'll plot this fair value gap on a 15-minute chart. This is a 15-minute chart. And we have one more fair value gap here on a 5-minute chart. So let me plot that with another color. So this I'll change it to red. So this blue fair value gap is the 15-minute fair value gap, and this red is the 5-minute fair value gap. And now we created equal lows here. This was the 15-minute fair value gap, and let me plot the 5-minute fair value gap. Okay. Oh, this is 5-minute chart. Sorry. This should have been. Let me plot this 5-minute fair value gap. We have a volume balance here. So I want to extend this fair value gap till this volume balance. Yeah, that's it, guys. So till now we don't have any first presentation fair value gap after 9:30 a.m. So if you can see, the previous day high is at here. So this red line is the previous day high, and this blue color zone is the 15-minute fair value gap which I plotted. So till now price still we don't have first presentation fair value gap yet. So if we want to remain bearish, we need to close below this bearish order block. So far we have rejection from this bearish fair value gap, but we want to see some momentum from here. Yes, okay. So if you see, ES is looking very weak, guys, whereas Nasdaq is little bit strong. Whereas Nasdaq made higher high, whereas ES even failed to make a higher high. But ES is looking weak, so I think Nasdaq will follow ES. So I'm going short here. So ES is looking very weak, guys, when compared to Nasdaq. So ES is very weak, guys. Nasdaq now should follow the suit. So this is the first presentation fair value gap on 24th September on a 15-second chart. So you can see the candles respecting the midpoint of this. At the same time, ES is weak. ES is weak. I think we might come into this fair value gap, guys. The worst case, we might take out this swing high and we might reject from this fair value gap. So that is the reason I just changed my stop loss to 10. We have any divergence here? Lower low and higher low. We have another divergence here. Nasdaq making higher low, whereas ES making lower low. So this implies I'm just reversing my trade, and my take profit will be above this swing high because we have sorry this day's high. I think I might have to reverse my trade again, guys, because we are respecting this price respected this bearish fair value gap. Bodies never went above this. Only you can see ES is still bearish. Again, my stop loss is above this bearish fair value gap. You can see price is below 50% of this. So the bodies of the candles are below 50% of this bearish fair value gap. And ES is breaking down, guys. ES is breaking down. So now we want Nasdaq also to start breaking down. But till now we did not have any kind of momentum, guys. We are in complete consolidation. Till now we don't have any first presentation fair value gap. If price again closes above this bearish fair value gap, then I will reverse my trade. This will act on the inversion fair value gap. Then we can target this day's high. So far price is unable to break close above this bearish fair value gap. So now we want to see expansion from Nasdaq to the downside. So this week being NFP week, we have to be very careful. ES is breaking down, guys. ES is breaking down. I don't know why Nasdaq is still holding. But till now, we don't have a first presentation fair value gap yet. So price is still in consolidation. So now Nasdaq took out this swing high. We are inside this bearish fair value gap. So this is the last line in sand for bearishness. If price closes again above this bearish fair value gap, then we should be looking for longs. I think yes. So now Nasdaq has taken out this day's high liquidity and we have equal lows here, guys. You can see we have equal lows here. We have equal lows here. So finally we have breakout. So the next target would be this equal highs. So we have a first presentation fair value gap, but now this should act as a breakaway gap. So I just exited my longs. We have, because we have this balanced price range on the 4-hour chart. We have this bearish order block here. Since this is NFP week, there is no correlation between Nasdaq and ES, guys. So they are behaving erratically. Nasdaq is just pushing blindly higher, but I am suspecting this rally. So now we are in the 10 o'clock macro window, 9:50 to 10:10. Price has hit our stop loss again. Expecting a little bit deeper retracement. Nasdaq is just pushing forward, guys. Okay, this is the 4-hour wick premium quadrants, premium wick quadrants. We shall see. To place my stop loss above this quadrant, midpoint of this quadrant. ES is still struggling here, guys. ES is very weak. I think we are seeing manipulation in Nasdaq. So far we have nothing guys, price is just consolidating. So ES is again rejecting from this mitigation block and this bearish fair value gap. So we want to see bearishness on Nasdaq. So far we have rejection from this midpoint of this 4-hour wick. This 4-hour wick we have plotted all the 4 quadrants. So I put my stop loss just above this midpoint of this 4-hour midpoint of this 4-hour wick. So as ES is struggling inside this bearish fair value gap and at this mitigation block, so we want to see bearishness on ES. At the same time, we want to see weakness on Nasdaq. So far, price is just consolidating, guys. We want to see some expansion on Nasdaq because Nasdaq has already done enough manipulation here. So ES is very weak, guys. You can see. So Nasdaq should also follow the suit of ES now. But there's a lot of manipulation going on in Nasdaq currently. We want to see weakness on Nasdaq. So we want to see some expansion on Nasdaq. Nasdaq is doing so much of drama, guys. So much of drama. It is NFP week again. So I'm just reversing my trend, guys, because I'm seeing bullishness on ES also. You can see this huge wick. Price is rejecting from 50% of this wick. That is the reason again I reversed my trade. So again ES is, we had this rejection from this wick midpoint and we are moving up. So that is the reason again I reversed my trade in Nasdaq. So once we close above this midpoint, it's a strong candle. We have this bearish fair value gap on 4 hour. That could be our next partial and eventually to the all-time highs. So we want to see a good closure above this midpoint of this wick, 4 hour wick. Yeah, this is the kind of expansion we wanted to see. Strong momentum. Even now we are seeing momentum on ES. So ES has this equal highs. As our next liquidity would be this fair value gap. So I'll try to take out some partials here. So we have this hourly fair value gap. So now we have this bullish order block and a 5-minute chart. So we want to see price remain above 50%. That is, we want to see price remain above this wick midpoint. So this would be my first partial. We want to see price remain above this midpoint, guys. So we have this wickless candle and we have this volume balance here. Just added 2 more lots. So we are seeing a rejection from this fair value gap, guys. We had just price take out this, just entered into this fair value gap, and we are seeing a rejection. And the same thing we can see on ES also. ES is also rejecting strongly. I did not want to see price close below this 50%. So there is not much volatility, guys. Price is just consolidating and hitting stop losses back and forth. So far price is just consolidating, guys, nothing much. So my first partial is hit. So recovered entire loss, whatever loss we made today, recovered the entire loss and we are in profit. So now took my second take profit also. Took my second take profit. below this candle would be my next take profit. So this fair value gap is the last line in the sand, guys. So I just reversed my trade, guys. I think we are reversing. We can see price never went below this swing low with the body. This wick was just only the stop end and we are inside this bullish fair value gap. So that is the reason again I reversed my trade. You can clearly see our next target is this bearish fair value gap. On a chart, it is clearly we can see this bearish fair value gap. If price closes above this bearish fair value gap, then we have our next target as this new day opening gap and then this all-time highs. So again we closed above this midpoint, guys. 4 hour wick. This 4 hour wick midpoint we closed above this. Even on a 5-minute chart we closed above this. Yet. I'm waiting for this candle to, yeah, I'm waiting for this candle to close above this opening price, guys. So just now we had this. So this entire down close down close candles now should act as bullish order block. So once price closes above this opening price, this two series of down close candles will become a bullish order block and we should see higher prices. And again we closed above this 4 hour wick midpoint. So we want to see price again remain above 50% above this midpoint, guys, this red line 4 hour wick. We want to see price remain above this wick. It should not close below this wick. Wicks can come in below this midpoint, but price should never close with the body again below this wick. So these are the 4 quadrant levels I plotted on this 4 hour premium wick. So now we closed above 50% of this after manipulation. So I want to see price remain above 50% of this 4 hour wick. So you can see price is respecting. So we closed above this and we are staying above this midpoint, guys. So we want to see now expansion away from this midpoint. So once price closes above this bearish fair value gap, this hourly bearish fair value gap, I'll put my stop loss upper half of this wick. But I want to see some momentum, guys. Now we have this breaker. This is the breaker, this series of two up close candles, this manipulation and this expansion. So these two down close candles, up close candles are the breaker. And this is the 4 hour premium wick midpoint. So we have two confluences now. So we want to see expansion from this level. So again, we want to see price close above this midpoint of this 4 hour wick. So we want to see price close again above this midpoint, guys. We want to see price reject from this bullish breaker and expand away to the upside. At most price can come is into this fair value gap, and this is the last thing you should reject away from this level. So this is the last thing, sir. But I have one more concern now. If we see on the 15-minute chart, price is rejecting this 15 4-hour wick, guys. Bodies are failing to close here. So we have to see if this candle fails to close the body above this wick midpoint, then it will be problematic for longs. So you can see bodies are closing below this wick. Body should close above this wick. We want to see bodies close above this wick, guys, for bullishness. So price is struggling to close above this midpoint of the 4-hour premium wick. So for the bullishness, we want to see this candle close above this midpoint. ES is still struggling inside this bearish fair value gap. So you can see price is again closing below this midpoint, guys, with the body. But we want to see a closure above this midpoint. You can see here price had a rejection again from this midpoint. So this fair value gap is the last line in the sand, guys. If price closes below this bullish fair value gap, then I will quit my trade. And you can see this candle is not having any wick. So the utmost price can come is just come below this candle low and it has to reject. That is the worst case scenario. But again, you can see price is again failing to close above this midpoint, guys. You can see again price rejecting from this midpoint, guys. So this is not looking good. We want to see price close above this midpoint. So I'll just quit my trade. Just quit my trade. So if price closes again below this bullish fair value gap, then I will try to go short. So we are rejecting from this midpoint, 4-hour midpoint. So this is the 4 quadrants I plotted on this wick. You can see price is rejecting from this midpoint. So again I will plot 4 quadrants on this wick. So again this is NFP week. We will not have any significant price runs until unless we have that red folder news. So more or less price will be just consolidating like this, just hitting stop losses. See here sell side liquidity was taken, again buy side was taken, again it went up. Rejection block, again it is rejecting. So the reason again I went short is we are rejecting from this with 4-hour wick midpoint. We want to see a closure below this wick midpoint, guys. A strong closure below this wick midpoint. We don't want to see any rejection from this midpoint. We want to see a strong candle close below this red line. We want a closure below this red line, guys. This wick midpoint, this four quadrants which I plotted. This huge wick, four quadrants are plotted, and I want to see price close below this midpoint, guys. So I want to see a strong closure below that midpoint. The price is still consolidating at this midpoint. I want to see an expansion from this midpoint. So we want to see rejection from this bearish fair value gap and price expand away from this midpoint. You can see price is just hunting stop losses, both buy side and sell side. There is no real movement in this candle so far, just stop hunting. So this bearish fair value gap is the last line in the sand. If price again closes above this bearish fair value gap, again I'll I'll kill my trade. Because we already rejected from this 4-hour wick midpoint. So we want to see some momentum to the downside. If that is happening, then price is just consolidating as just it is stop hunting, that's it. So there is nothing much to trade today. This will be my last trade, guys. If my stop loss is taken, then I will quit for today. Let me check what ES is doing. ES is also just consolidating, guys. Nothing much is happening here. ES is just consolidating inside this bearish fair value gap. Inside this bearish fair value gap, just killing both buyers and sellers here. You can see wicks to the bottom, wicks at the bottom, wicks at the top, just killing both buyers and sellers. No clear direction, no clear momentum in any direction. So again, price is reversing back, guys. See, again, price is rejecting from this midpoint. So again, I have reversed my trade. I will again plot this 4-hour wicks, 4-hour candle wicks. Let me see. So we had this rejection again from this 15-minute wick, but we have this 4-hour wick midpoint. We need a closure above this 4-hour wick midpoint. We are almost there, guys. We want a closure above this wick midpoint. ES is looking strong, guys, now a little bit when compared to Nasdaq. We are still below this 4-hour wick midpoint, and we are above this 15-minute wick midpoint. So price is just banging around, guys, back and forth, just back and forth. See this 5-minute chart? Price is just banging around back and forth. There is no clear direction yet. So whoever is taking trades, including me, they are getting chopped into bits and pieces. So I made profit. Again, I'm giving back. See, again, price is consolidating here. But on a 5-minute chart, we had the swing low formation, guys, actually. If you see, we had the swing low formation on a 5-minute chart. So this candle now should turn bullish. This candle should turn bullish now because we made a swing low formation on a 5-minute chart. So we want to see this candle close above this 4-hour wick midpoint. So now I will delete this 15-minute quadrants. So now we are in the 4-hour wick quadrants. So now we want to see this candle close above this midpoint with the body. We don't want to see a closure with the wicks, guys. We want to see body close above this midpoint. So we want to see this candle close above this midpoint with the body. To see a closure above the swing high. So on a 15-second chart, we can see price is still trying, unable to cross this 4-hour wick midpoint yet. struggling to close with the body. As the ES chart is relatively strong compared to Nasdaq, guys, now. So we want to see this candle close above this 4-hour wick midpoint. So far, price is still struggling to close above this 4-hour wick midpoint. So still, we did not have a closure above the 4-hour wick midpoint. Still, we are seeing a lot of wicks there. We want to see a candle closure. So you can see price is still struggling to close above this 4-hour wick midpoint, guys. Trying to adjust my stop loss in case if it wants to come for it. This wick midpoint. I think now we are seeing some energetic candle. Again wicks, guys, again wicks. Still not able to close above that 4-hour wick. In this so many times it wigged into this 4-hour wick midpoint. So we are having a rejection again from there. Again, this is NFP week, guys. So until unless that NFP news is released, this is the kind of price action we'll be expecting. Just back and forth price action, no clear direction. So market makers will be building all their positions now, so they don't want to move the market quickly, so they are accumulating their position, so they are killing both buyers and sellers. Still we can see guys, price is again rejecting this 4 hour wick midpoint. How many times now? 1 2 3 4 5 times, still unable to close above this 4 hour wick midpoint. So ES is also still inside this bearish fair value gap. Put my stop loss below this 50% of this wick guys. So I put my stop loss below 50% of this wick, this huge wick. Priced closed below this 50% of this wick. So I think I have to reverse my trade now. Putting my stop loss above 50% of this wick. So now I want to plot this wick quadrants. So we already closed below 50% of this huge wick. You can see guys, this 4 hour premium wick midpoint. So how price has respected us. So many times we had this rejection. So that is the reason again I went short. We have a volume imbalance here. So we want to see price remain below this bearish fair value gap, guys. I'm just putting my stop take profit below this candle's low. So I want to see price remain below this bearish fair value gap. I don't want to see price close above this bearish fair value gap. So we have as volume balance here. And we want to see price remain below 50% of this wick, guys. I want to see price remain bearish below 50% of this wick. Price should not close with the body above 50% of this wick. This wick, I have plotted all the four quadrants of this wick. So we want to see price should not close above 50% of this wick with the body. Wicks can go and just pierce this midpoint, but body should never. So we have this balanced price range, guys. So price should not cross this balanced price range, which is also coinciding with the midpoint of this wick. So midpoint of this bearish fair value gap is coinciding with the midpoint of this wick. So price should never cross this 50% of this wick or 50% of this bearish fair value gap. So that will be the last line in the sand. So if price closes above this bearish fair value gap or 50% of this wick, then it is over for long, guys. Longs are done. So now we are inside this bearish fair value gap. So we want to see price remain below this bearish fair value gap, guys. And at the same time, midpoint of this wick. This wick. So I want to see this candle close below this bearish fair value gap so that this will become an inversion fair value gap. Aimed bearish fair value gap, but I want to see this candle close below this bearish fair value gap, guys. We want to see this candle close below this bearish fair value gap. So far we have a rejection from this bearish fair value gap, reclaimed bearish fair value gap. At the same time, we want to see this candle close below this reclaimed bearish fair value gap. So far, we remained below 50% of this wick, which is a good sign. But we want to see a rejection, guys. We just don't want to consolidate here. We want a strong rejection and close below this fair value gap. So we want to see this candle close below this bearish fair value gap. Okay, so this is a good sign, guys. So we again reclaimed this bearish fair value gap here, which is a good sign. So this is NFP week, guys. Until that NFP news is released, we will not be getting any clear trades, guys. So it will be all scalping. So all the trades. So be in the scalping mindset. Don't try to hold your trade for long runs, because market is not going to give any long runs until unless NFP news is released, because they will be just doing only stop hunting, guys. So now we are rejecting. You can clearly see this bearish fair value gap. Price did not close above 50% of this level. So we are rejecting from this bearish fair value gap again, reclaimed bearish fair value gap. So this is my first take profit, guys, below this swing low. So bulk of my trade will be closed below this swing low. And my next target would be this candle, guys. On a 15-minute chart, we have this huge bullish fair value gap. So I will try to close another 4 lots below this candle's low, just below this candle's low. So we are approaching my first take profit here. So I'll adjust my stop loss. So I'm adjusting my stop loss to in profit. I'm adjusting my stop loss actually in profit, guys. Because we already closed below this bearish fair value gap again. I don't want to see price come back again above this bearish fair value gap. So that is why I adjusted my stop loss just above this bearish fair value gap. So my first take profit is hit, guys. So my first take profit is hit. So my second take profit is inside this bullish fair value gap. So let me plot this bullish fair value gap for you on 15-minute chart. Yeah. So just at the entry of this 15-minute bullish fair value gap, I'm taking my another partial. So my second, yeah, so my second partial is also hit, guys. So recovered all the loss in profit again. So around $3,000 profit for the day. So now it doesn't matter if price comes back and hits my my stop loss. I'm in profit for the day. So the reason for taking this short position was, I'll just explain why I took this trade. So this is the 4-hour chart. So this is the 4-hour chart, and we can say I plotted this quadrants on this premium wick. After plotting this is on the 15-minute chart. You can see price tried to cross above 50% level. That is this red line so many times, guys. So it failed to cross above this 50% level. So that is the reason when I seen this rejection multiple times, when price again closed above this up close candles, we had this very shorter block. So that is the reason I went short here, and my target was this first swing low and this bullish fair value gap, this imbalance. So that was the reason behind this trade. If we just zoom out, we can see we have equal lows here, guys. I'll just plot this equal lows. See, it is clearly visible. We have these equal lows here. So I'll just try to hold this one lot till here. So I'll just put my TP till here. This is the first first stream. I think I'm seeing 6 views, 2 concurrent viewers. So thank you for tuning into my channel, guys. So the logic why I took my short, I clearly explained. So once price again closes below this 15-minute fair value gap, so when price again comes back up, you can take one more short position here. So we have almost 1 minute 40 seconds for the closure of this candle. So wait for this candle to close below this bullish fair value gap. So once this candle closes below this bullish fair value gap, Then on the next candle, we can expect power of 3, that is manipulation, and then it will expand. So at that time, you can take your entry inside this fair value gap and you can target your profit at these equal lows, guys. But we want to see this candle close below this bullish fair value gap. Suman Motabai, I did not see your hello, so I gave a late reply. Sorry, guy. Sorry, Suman. So I'm still holding this short position for a chart. Let me daily chart. Okay. Okay, now we are way below that 4 hour premium wick. 4 hour wick, so I'll delete this wick. Unnecessary confusion. So I'll delete this wick. And even I'll delete this 15-minute wick here. It is also creating unnecessary confusion. Okay. So now we are inside this daily premium wick. So now we are inside this daily premium wick, and these are the 4 quadrant levels. So we almost closed this 15-minute bullish fair value gap, guys. So let us wait for this candle to come back into this and reject from here. So for the bearishness to continue, we want to see the future candles should not close above 50% of this bullish fair value gap. So this is the daily premium wick midpoint, guys, this red line. This is the bearish fair value gap, guys. I'm just extending it. If price again closes below this bearish fair value gap, this will act as reclaimed bearish fair value gap. So I'm putting my stop loss a little bit down. So this entire thing was manipulation, guys, in the Nasdaq. ES, we can see ES is very weak. ES is already breaking down. ES is very weak. So again, we are seeing a little bit reaction from this midpoint, guys, since this is daily premium wick. So now we want a closure below this 1 minute fair value gap. Yes. So this will act as a balanced price range now. So we are near our target, our equal lows. So since we had price closed below this bearish fair value gap, now this bearish fair value gap should act as reclaimed bearish fair value gap, and price should not cross 50% of this bearish fair value gap. So we want to see price reject from this bearish fair value gap. But my one more concern here is if you see this candle opening price, guys, there is no wick at all, implying there is no manipulation on this wick. So price can come up and create a wick and then go down. So there is a possibility that price will come up, will create a wick on this candle and then it will go down. What does the guess is doing? Like I told you, this bearish fair value gap, guys, you can see price is respecting the midpoint of this. So we want to see price remain below 50% of this bearish fair value gap. So the worst case if price comes up is it should reject inside this bullish fair value gap, guys. This 15-minute bullish fair value. This is the last line in the sand for long position. So that is the reason I put my stop loss above this bullish fair value gap. But we closed below this bearish fair value gap. But I want to see price remain below this. But this is NFP week, guys. We will see all kind of price action. टाइम नहीं आता है क्या इसमें? So the worst this candle can do is it can go up to this midpoint, guys. It should not cross this midpoint. So we are seeing a rejection from this midpoint. This is the daily premium wick midpoint which I plotted. Guys, please comment so far what you have seen. Did you like what you are seeing? I had a problem initially while analyzing when price was in consolidation here, but once I saw this breakdown from that 4-hour wick, I was confident that price was going to come back. So whatever losses I made in the initial session, the entire loss is recovered. So this is today's first presentation fair value gap, guys. So this fair value gap, which is in gray color, 929. So this is today's first presentation fair value gap. So we already closed below this first presentation fair value gap. So you can see on this 5-minute chart, price just came back up and took out this liquidity. Like I previously told, this candle without wick, it acts as magnet for stock fund, guys. So price came back up, took out this liquidity about this candle, and now we want to see a rejection, because you can see on this 1-minute chart, this is the balanced price range. Since price went up, again came back down, so both buy side and sell side is offered here, and you can see a small volume imbalance here. So that is the reason price went up into this 1-minute first presentation fair value gap, and price went into this small volume balance. You can see here no body is there, so that is where we got the reaction, we got the rejection. So we got the rejection, and now we are about to take our profit. Again on the 5-minute chart, guys, you can see this volume imbalance. So price again went back up into this volume imbalance, and we are seeing this rejection. So this price went back up into this 5-minute chart. We have this volume balance, bearish fair value gap. So there were so many confluences there. So now again price is coming back. So now again we closed below this bearish fair value gap. So now we want to see price just stay bearish below this bearish fair value gap, because price has already delivered so much in this bearish fair value gap. So we had this already so much back and forth price action. And we can see price has closed below this daily candle premium wick midpoint, this red line. So this red line is the daily wick premium wick midpoint. So we closed again below this. So now we want to see price remain heavy below this red line. It should not again go above this red line, guys. It can wick into this, but bodies again should not go back above this red line. So we have again here one more wick. I'm just plotting these quadrants on this wick. So now we want to see this candle close below this midpoint of this wick. Guys, my trading style is ICT, inner circle trader trading style. So whatever language I'm speaking, whatever terminology I'm speaking, everything is inner circle trader. So that's it, guys. So again we closed below this wick midpoint, which is a good sign. So now we are going to hit our take profit. So we have equal lows here. This red line which I plotted, this swing low and this swing low, we have equal lows, which is nothing but liquidity. Still again price is struggling to close below this midpoint, this wick midpoint. You can see price is still struggling to close below this wick midpoints. So once it closes below this wick midpoint, then only we can anticipate lower prices. Otherwise again it will go back and do some. So let me mark this wick quadrant levels again. So this was the midpoint of this wick. So this candle, we still have 50 seconds to close. We want to see this candle close below 50% of this wick, guys. That is the red line. So we have 13 more seconds for the closure of this candle. We want to see this candle remain heavy and close below this wick, guys. 5 more seconds for the closure of this candle. Yeah, so this candle closed again below midpoint of this wick, which is a good sign. So now I'll remove this quadrant levels. So I want to see this candle remain heavy, and this candle should not close again above this 50% of this wick. It can wick into this, but bodies should not close above 50% of this wick. So that is what we wanted to see, guys. Price can wick into this, but it should not close above 50% of this wick. So we want to see this candle close below this wick with the body. So far, so I'm going to remove this quadrant levels on daily chart. I'll just put these quadrant levels. So once this candle closes below this entire wick, I'll delete this quadrant levels just to avoid confusion. So you can see again price rejected from this new week opening up midpoint, guys. So we want to stay this heavy, this candle to stay heavy. So I'm just going to put my stop loss on the top of this wick. So you can see this reaction from the midpoint of this new week opening gap, guys. So just want to check in what ES is doing. So ES is very weak. ES is very weak. I want to see this candle close below this entire wick, guys. I don't want this to come up and close above this with the body. I want to see this candle close with the body below this wick. Yeah, this is what I was expecting. I want to see a strong closure with the body. So I'm deleting these quadrant levels. So we have 20 more seconds for the closure of this candle. I want to see this candle remain below this wick. 10 more seconds. 5 more seconds. Okay, so we closed below this wick, guys. This is a good sign, but now we want to close again below this new wick opening gap. So now we want to see this candle remain heavy, again close below this wick, 50% of this wick minimum. That's it, guys. We are about to close this trade. Yeah, that's it. So my take profit has hit, guys. So whatever losses I made in these trades, the entire loss has been recovered with the profit. So in this consolidation, I was chopped. Took many losing trades. I went long again. I went short. There was a lot of confusion here. So, but once I've seen that 4-hour wick price rejecting from here continuously, then I went short. Then I hold my position till this equal lows, guys. So that's it for today. And thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Suman, Mota Bhai, for commenting. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you. If you like the stream, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.